Welcome. Before moving on to the following video, I would like to present some basics of how different hybrids build up, migrated, turn over and compose as a kind of mosaic, all modern humans. Defining the group of modern humans. I started calling the male group Romeo 1 as the modern humans. Boomers. I call these modern humans the boomers, boomer family or boomer group. In Western Eurasia, and that includes Western Europe, the boomer family consists of the haplogroups Romeo 1 Bravo and Romeo 1 Alpha. Regarding the whole world, this simplification of modern humans as haplogroup Romeo 1 is 1. Correct for Western Europe and Western Eurasia right away. 2. Including the root Romeo 1, which are the parents of the boomers, it is also correct for a large part of North America. 3. In other videos I will extend the same simplification to the dominant groups or boomers of other regions, and then it is also correct for the rest of the world. Then kind of magical, the boomers cover the whole world as if they were a mosaic and compose all modern humans. Intermezzo. I also call them the boomers because they, and especially their latest child, who dominated the Atlantic facade, are related to booming, but also to expansion, conquest, colonization, development, power, kings and queens, etc. The Atlantic coast receives the waters of several rivers, and these rivers connect the following seas: the North Sea, the Mediterranean Sea, the Black Sea and the Atlantic Ocean, and at least to some extent also the Red Sea. The Suez Canal existed, in other words, was dug out in the times that Egypt cultures etc. thrived more than 2,000 years ago. In the past, this location and these rivers and waterways with their ports played a major strategic role in the world. Compared to other important members of the boomers, the latest child group or the latest child underwent an additional hybridization. That child goes with the technical name Romeo 1 Bravo M269 or R1B1B2, and the extra hybridization made that tolerance to lactose, and animal milk, etc. was further extended to an older age or into adulthood. This amongst other changes, such as gluten tolerance, can be considered as advantages. Later we will see that there are disadvantages too. These tolerances made and still make the humans more independent of what today is called hunting and gathering. I will later argue this denomination is denigrating and discredits what it really was, and the importance it really had, especially for forests and biodiversity. For instance, Amazon Amarans, that were the most thriving group together with the forest they co-created for millions of years, did much more than hunting and gathering and in fact co-created the Amazon forest and transformed it into an immense enriched agroforest. Scientists only recently found out about all this and are kind of flabbergasted, also about the dimension of what the Amazon Amarans achieved. The Amazon Amarans, at least in cases, harnessed rivers and floods to achieve what they achieved. There is scientific evidence for all this. Depending on how wide one's view is, they are extremely primitive or extremely advanced. They did at least 3 things that modern humans seem not capable of. 1. Co-creating the Amazon forest and sustaining it. 2. Hybridization and domestication of wild animals. The ancestor of today's horses was native to the Amazon forest and the Amazon Amarans domesticated them. A descendant of this Amazon Amarant horse became native to North America and turned out to be the root of all modern horses, scientists were finding out recently, once more because of ancient DNA research. 3. Maintaining their DNA or genome stable over the generations, as well as keeping their exceptional heart and brain health during their lives. This is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Please give thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Giving thumbs up is also a way to know if you already assisted a certain video. We hope to see you in our next video.